Welcome to Dr. Jester. I'm covering Gamergate too. What else? This was supposed to be yesterday's video, but I made a mistake. And I accidentally ended recording it, and I was too, busy in my real life work to re-record it. So I decided, what's another day skipped onto this drama? Hey, maybe tomorrow I'll put it all together and make it an extra long video. But summarizing it in first part first, this is Stellar Blade article on IGN. After all, IGN decided to lie or do something really what one would easily classify as questionable behavior or questionable writing. As in, they are games journalists, which is, if you don't hate journalists enough, then you're not hating it enough. You really need to hate journalists a lot, because they have been doing a lot of questionable work. But this one, games journalist, it's kind of like the lowest of the journalist job, because journalists stopped being from people who report the news or the facts or what is happening to actual activists on TV or websites or whatever. So the guy decided to go on and say that the developer of Stellar Blade never saw a woman and it was all bad. Meanwhile, games websites like, IGN, Polygon, Kotaku, etc. all get thirsty and go apeshit insane with a male character. It shows a bias on their reporting. Suffice to say, they ended up then writing this apology, in which I have a very hard time believing. And I'm doing the best gamer tactic and best gamer action here. And pressing X. Yes, I'm pressing X on this goddamn fucking line here, or whatever they are saying. I don't believe them, and I don't think this is very heartfelt from them, because they are very triggered. As you can actually see here on Permaband Twitter account, he, or she, or, BIGN France tries to trash Stellar Blade and say Shift Up CEO has never seen a woman. Meanwhile, Shift Up CEO is actually married to over 10 years and his wife is a prolific artist. Game journals not only can't help but talk trash, they can't help being factually wrong too. So that's what games journalists are all about. They are notoriously lying. And we have here another games journalist. Well, it turns out that calling someone a games journalist, it's kind of an insult. If you call me a game journalist, I'm gonna take that as an insult. Way worse than calling me a son of a bitch or something else. Right. Hear from Grummz, who is doing the Lord's work into this and compiling and showing us the absurdity and the dirt behind the games developers and development today. It seems it got worse since Gamergate 1, and all helped by the retards that we call games journalists. Here it is, Grummz. IGN and trash reporters are desperate to revise history and claim they always loved Bayonetta and that Stellar Blade is such a horrible problem now. We see you. After gamers make Stellar Blade a hit, these people will claim they always loved Eve. They lie and lie. Correct. I remember how these people got really pissed on how good Bayonetta looked. Her body, actually, because I'm still not quite sold it, because I think her head is way too small in comparison to her body. I'm sorry, the proportions don't seem right in my view. So I don't know if it's my OCD or something. It doesn't feel right for me. But either way, she still looks good, especially in comparison to the lot of garbage that we are getting lately. Hell, Let's talk about Mass Effect Andromeda, or Forspoken, or whatever the... What are they? Oh yeah, Fable! Jesus Christ. You can see how little I am remembering about these games, because they were all flops. Hell, you can even mention Suicide Squad, and that thing was also a flop. These people seem to be uglifying women left and right. Huh. Anyway, here it is, this games journalist, or journalist, Ash Parrish.
There is a subtle but important distinction between empowering sexuality a la Bayonetta and male gaze ass and GG sexuality.
Well, now this is interesting, isn't it? Because, remember, here is one video from the Anita Sarkeesian days when she did the retarded stuff. But if you're familiar with it, do you remember this, Ash Parrish? Well, I think you should, because she wrote this retarded article here from The Verge.
And the return of Gamergate is smaller and sadder.
Smaller and sadder when the actual fucking group on Steam, the curator group, the group and the curator list, is really one of the biggest Steam curators ever. One of. I think it's around the 5 biggest curators on Steam, so they can't help it but lie. But since Grummz is doing a lot of work in here in regards to this, he is getting attacked left and right. Well, mostly left, really. Almost exclusively left. I think only left. Anyway, here it is from Dark Park Place. Did Internet Consultancy NNE SAGA or NNE Saga or NNES Saga or NNE Saga or whatever they want to pronounce this retarded name, and Kotaku senior editor Alisa Mercante calls for former World of Warcraft team lead Mark Kern to be blacklisted from video game industry. Oh well, more consultancy firms who doesn't give anything productive to games developers, and more games journalists who are, well, basically useless stumps trying to dictate what people should and shouldn't do. Here it is an example of that tweet from Alyssa and being quoted from Art Park Place. This absolute toenail is trying to sick any of his followers. Sorry. I need to do the proper SJW voice.
This absolutely toenail is trying to sick any of his followers. Women, pot, queer, folks in the industry. Every single person in a position of power should be speaking out against this with their entire chest. Ban this man from events, support your employees, period.
You can feel the absurdity, what's the word? The entitlement of this person. They think they own the game spaces. No, the mistake was us allowing people like you into our space. That was a mistake. This is why we must gatekeep and keep not only games journalists like these retards out of it, but people who are trying to weaponize it for their political gains. So, you will think, well, basically that's it, but no, there is more. It gets worse. So, before I continue, here is a trailer.
We are few. We are God's chosen knights. We are born of sin and crime. We are repentance personified. We are immortal. We are legend. We are God's wrath made manifest. And we know no fear.
I'm back, baby, yeah. Right, so, here it is. Assumption is the mother of all fuck-ups. From Packer Girl on Twitter. This is a very interesting thing. Summarizing it, apparently a streamer or content creator or something decided to call the website from Compulsion Games, the one that is making South of Midnight, I believe that's the correct name for the retarded game in which it got race-swapped characters and all of that shit after Sweet Baby Inc. and Microsoft had its hand on it, and he decided to go on and say, oh, well, here is what he said. Oh, looks like folks are DDoS in Compulsion sites so whack. I feel for that team. They are sweethearts too. Well, and somebody decided to call on him on this one. You got any receipts to share? Because their website seems to be fine, and, quote, is the site down searches don't show any history of interruptions, nor is there any reports on a targeted DDoS attack on the studio's webpage in any media at all. Weird. Nope, was an assumption due to the targeted harassment we're seeing. I pulled it out of my ass. So you made an assumption of a DDoS on Twitter, based on some alleged harassment campaign, despite their website having zero issues all day, nor at the time of your post or now. The internet track everything, man. What a weird assumption to make. It took me 2 minutes to call it out. Yeah, it doesn't take long to find out the lies of people. Personally, I wasn't able to access the site for at least 10 minutes. Oh my god. And so after the last set of tweets about the company, I'm totally fine with being wrong, and good on you for checking on it. Oh my god, I got called out. Now I need to retreat and admit. Oh my god, I'm so innocent. This is why it's important to call out bullshit like this. It's sad, really, it's sad. It's very sad what goes on with these minds, but now back to, well, Grummz again. And it shows that he really is doing great work. And here it is what he wrote. Another toxic community manager, DTF in Hippie. I wonder why is it. I think they may have deleted it or something. Anyway, formerly of Destiny 2 and current content manager for the new Fallout on Prime. Oh, shit. If it wasn't for the questionable stuff that he decided to show with kill boss moments on that Fallout TV show, this is more a little checkmarked on making it far worse. Oh, fuck. Anyway, seems to have a very big problem with white people. No, sorry, white people. We need to actually show exactly what the SJWs think when they write that. Even though it was written by Grummz, but we all know SJWs, when they write that, they are actually doing exactly what I just did. Anyway, thanks to G Grosscock 41 for the captures. Well, let's see, couldn't be any worse, could it? Let's take a look. Fundamentally, but because of cartoon can't be racist against white people. They can have bias, but racism is systematic in the US. And in the US, the system benefits the white community and has been since we established ourselves at the start of our country's history. It sounds about white. Because he's a mountain little white boy. He knows how to string big words together to sound real smart. Oh, let's see. Why am I not surprised it's Seattle? The next, San Francisco. Or maybe San Francisco is the next Seattle. Huh. Right. Man, white man with white night complex sat around a table and thought, what's the way to profit of real trauma? That is a very real problem in the industry, especially in content creation. Fuck him and fuck all the people making excuses for him and the thousands of quiet folks like him. Oh, you're taking it personally as I'm original boss and I need to age up. Stop? When folks say white people, they are saying the broader community that is still very much inherently racist. You don't get to dictate that, neither do I, and white people. Sorry, that's not up for debate. Well, now this does portray it very questionably, the stuff that is going on with these community managers. I mean, I do wonder what it is going on. Maybe there is like a group or something, and Grummz again to the rescue. Exclusive, I speak to next game's community manager about their private Black channel discussing group on Discord and why so many community managers are so terrible. Quote, I was working as a community manager in one of game studios, and quote, I have verified and confirmed this person's role and employment. No, not quote, asterisk. Oops, sorry. Anyway. Up until they made it more public, the Discord run a private server for CMs who are also Discord admins. In the privacy of this server, CMs, community managers, would openly discuss and coordinate with each other as you would expect. It was a rampant DEI. This was an industry-only Discord that was operated by Discord community staff. Holy shit, Discord itself, and had multiple community managers from different parts of the world and different companies participating in discussions. From quote, from my interactions, I can tell you that a lot of community staff for multiple different gaming studios lean heavily to be pro-DEI. End quote. So no wonder, because that's the only way these people would ever get hired anywhere else. When I asked why community managers seem rife with political DEI, I was told that the good CMs are all held hostage by a very vocal minority who terrorize all other CMs. Holy shit! No, summarizing it, some of the community managers would prefer to be silenced, or not silenced, silent, not say anything like that. They are scared and will actually get silenced by the vocal minority, which is the very loud DEI community managers. You all know with SJWs that silence is violence, so there you go. They either need to capitulate or get, well, eliminated. And here it is something that Grummz said. Game companies must stop this. They must let their employees operate safely without fear and to stop the insanity of attacking their own customers. It's killing their sales. Correct. Yeah. It is absolutely spot on. It is killing everything with these goddamn fucking SJW nonsense. This is just bad. Really bad. Bad for the sales and everything else. If you really love your product, hire a better community manager, really. Well, anyway, on that goddamn fucking hell, have a great fucking night. And remember, fuck you, YouTube. Fuck you.